Hey there, class. Mr. Pusky here. Hope you're having a good day so far. We are starting Chapter 5 today with 5.1, and this whole chapter is about linear equations some more, about more different forms of linear equations. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. The name of this lesson is Writing Linear Equations in Slope-Intercept Form. Our central question is, how do we write equations in slope-intercept form? How do we write equations in slope-intercept form from a word problem? Okay, so we have a warm-up. It says, make up an equation in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, and be creative. Identify the slope and y-intercept of your equation. So why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video and try that. All right, so when I mean be creative, I guess I could have mentioned that, but I mean use fractions, use weird numbers. I mean, like, let's get really kind of weird with this stuff here, okay? So the one I came up with is y equals pi x plus 0.123. Okay, those are some weird numbers, but that is totally a legit slope-intercept form equation. What's our slope? Our slope is what's in front of x, which is going to be pi. That's our slope, which is totally fine. And our y-intercept is going to equal 0.123. One thing I want to mention here, even if I wrote this as y equals 0.123 plus pi x, this is still the slope, and this is still your y-intercept, okay? So it doesn't matter what order it's written in, but I would encourage you to write it like mx plus b, just to get in the habit so you don't make any mistakes. But no matter what, the b is always the constant, or number that's all by itself with no variables attached to it, and the m is always what's in front of the x, basically, what's attached to the x, okay? But that's our slope, and that's our y-intercept. All right, moving on. What is slope-intercept form again? Well, we kind of gave it away already. It's going to be y equals mx plus b. And what does m stand for? Well, that stands for the slope. And b stands for the y-intercept. So it says, write an equation in slope-intercept form given the m, the slope, and the y-intercept. So why don't you guys go ahead. Let's do the first one together, and you guys will try a couple on your own. So, number one says slope is -2 and y-intercept is 4. Well, this is our m. This is our b. We're plugging into y equals mx plus b, so it's literally going to be y equals -2x plus 4. All right, why don't you guys try the last few examples on your own, see how you do. All right, welcome back. Number 2, slope is 3/4 and y-intercept is 6. So 3/4 is our m, so y equals 3/4 x and plus our b, which is 6. Number 3, slope is 0, y-intercept is 7. This one we're going to go a step further after we write it here. So our slope is 0, so it's going to be 0x plus our b, which is 7. Do we need the 0x though, or no? We do not. We do not need 0x. We're just going to write y equals 7. That's the most reduced form and way to write this problem here. All right, number 4. Slope is -5/6 and y-intercept is 0. So we're going to do y equals -5/6x plus 0. Do we need plus 0 though, or no? We do not. So we're going to write y equals -5/6x. And there we go. All right. Okay, we have this right equation in slope-intercept form given a graph. Okay, this one we're gonna have to find our m and our b, and then we're gonna have to write an equation. So let's do 1 and 3 together, and you guys will try 2 and 4 on your own. All right. So number 1, we have this graph here. The first thing we want to do is figure out 2 points. We want to find the b, the y-intercept, and we want to find another point to be able to figure out the slope. So we're going to go, here's b, which is right there, and here's the other point. The points are where they cross right at a corner of the boxes on the graph. So what is our m for this one? So it looks like we start with the left-hand point, right? Are we going to go up or down? Well, we're going to go down. We're going to go down. How far? We're going to go down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So it's going to be -3 over 1, which just equals -3 is our m. What is our b for this problem? Where does it cross the y-axis? Well, it's between 2 and 4. A number between 2 and 4 is 3. So our equation is going to be y equals mx plus b, where our m is -3. So we have -3x. And our b is 3, so y equals -3x plus 3. All right, number 3. We have the same problem here. We're going to find 2 points on the graph that intersect the corner of the graph of the what are they called? Increments, I guess, of the graph. So we can see it crosses right here at the center, at the origin. And we're going to pick another point right here. It crosses right here. So our m is going to equal, we're going to go down 1 over 1. So that's negative 1 over 1, which just equals negative 1. And what's our b? If it crosses at the origin, what's the b value? That's going to be 0. If it crosses at the origin, it's going to be b equals 0. So we're going to write 2 equations here. We're going to write what we know, and then we're going to simplify it a little bit. So we have y equals mx plus b. Well, m is negative 1, and b is 0. Can I simplify this, though? And the answer is yes, I can. I can rewrite it as y equals just negative x without the plus 0. Negative 1x is the same thing as negative x. All right, why don't you guys try 2 and 4 on your own. See how you do. Just so you are aware, I would pick these points for number 4, okay? The origin and also 5, 4. It looks like it's going to cross at the corners, but these do not actually intersect corners until they get to this part right here. All right, try 2 and 4 on your own. See how you do. Okay, let's do number 2. So we need to find 2 points on the graph. We have the origin right here, and it crosses right here at the corner. So our slope is going to be, we're going to go up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our m equals 1/5. And our b, it crosses at, looks like negative 2. So our equation should be y equals 1/5 x minus 2. All right, and then number 4. Number 4, m for this one, starting with the left-hand point, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. We go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 4/5. And our b is going to be where it crosses the y-axis at 0. So it's going to be y equals 4/5 x plus 0. Do we need the plus 0, though, or no? We do not. It's going to be y equals 4/5 x. Okay, moving on. Writing equations from word problems. Here's some tips. So we're writing equations from word problems. You're going to figure out your x and your y. Figure out your x and your y. X is going to be called the independent variable. It's what you're using to measure y. And it's often something that will happen no matter what, like time. So, like for example, what time of day it is affects what temperature it is outside, but what temperature it is outside doesn't affect what time it is. That'd be crazy, right? And then y is called the dependent variable. It is what you're measuring, what you're looking for, and it depends on what x is. All right? Your slope equals m, which equals a rate of change. You want to think if it is increasing or decreasing. In the problem, because if it's increasing, it's going to be positive. If it's decreasing, it's going to be a negative value. And your y-intercept, or b, is what you have or start with. That's called the initial value. It says collaborate with your group and have fun. We don't have any groups today. It's just a video, so we'll go through this together here. All right, it says you borrow $80 from your brother to repay the loan. You pay your brother $20 per week. Write a linear equation to model how much money you owe your brother. All right, well, our y is always what we're looking for. So this is write a linear equation to model how much money you owe your brother. That's going to be our y. So that's going to be our money owed. All right. Now, what's our x value? So what unit or what measurement is going to affect how much money we owe based on, this problem here? It's not actually going to be money. It's going to be something, remember, x is going to be something like time or something that happens no matter what. Is there a time value in this problem? There's actually weeks, right? Depending on what week it is. So in the first week, you would give $20 back. In the second week, it would be $40, right? Because you'd be getting $20 back per week. So weeks affects how much money you owe, basically. All right? And your slope is like, it's going to happen. It's going to be what's right by the x value, basically. So what does it say for, so it says $20 per week, right? So is that going to be a positive? If you are giving back, if you owe $80 and you are giving back $20 per week, is it going to be positive 20 or negative 20? It's going to be negative 20, right? You're basically, you have a debt of $80 and you're taking away $20 per week, basically. So it's going to be negative 20. And our y-intercept is what we start with. That's going to be our $80. So our equation is going to be y equals mx plus b, y equals negative 20x plus 80. You could have also written it as y equals 20x minus 80, something like this. If you're like $80 in the hole and you're adding $20 per week, then you'd be getting less negative. That's another way you could have written it. But I just wrote it this way for this problem for now. Okay, how much money will you owe after 3 weeks? Well, we can take our equation now. We can plug this stuff in. So weeks, was that x or was that y? It was x. So we're going to do y equals negative 20 times 3 plus 80. So y equals negative 20 times 3 is negative 60 plus 80. That's going to be y equals $20. So you will owe, after 3 weeks, $20. How long will you have until you've paid off the loan? So for this one, we're still going to use y equals negative 20x plus 80, but we're looking for how long until you've paid off the loan. We're looking for x. So what value will y be if we've paid off the loan? If y is how much we owe and we've paid it off, well, wouldn't that be 0? That'd be 0, right? So we're going to have y equals negative 20x plus 80, because you owe $0 if you paid it off. All right, so now we just got to solve for x. I'm going to add 20x to both sides. You could also subtract 80 from both sides if you wanted to. So we're going to get 20x equals 80 divided by 20. And x is going to equal 4. So it's going to be 4. What's the units for x? X was weeks, so it's going to be 4 weeks. All right, good job. All right, last example for today. This is an old-timey example. This is really, we got to update our mathematical type problems here, but it still is mathematically sound. So a local cell phone company advertises a new phone plan. The cost is $12 per month plus 10 cents per minute. Write an equation to show the monthly cost. Okay, let me flip my page here, actually. All right, so what's our y value? What are we measuring here? Well, y is our monthly cost, right? That's what we're looking for. That's what we're going to measure. Now, what are we using to measure monthly costs? Okay, what's a unit of time or measurement that we're using to measure the monthly cost? Well, it's your $12 per month, right? But it's also 10 cents per minute, right? So you're going to have to pay $12 no matter what. If you talk for 5 minutes or you talk for 500 minutes, you have to pay $12 per month. That's like your flat fee. That's actually going to be your y-intercept, which we'll talk about later. That's going to be your 12 right there, okay? But your x, what we're using to measure how much you pay, is going to be minutes. How many minutes you talk is really going to impact how much you have to pay. It also, your y-intercept does too, but mostly it's your minutes that's going to impact like the drastic change, I guess. All right, and so what's our slope? If we're $12 per month, flat fee, and we're adding 10 cents per minute, is that going to be positive 0.10 or negative 0.10? It's going to be positive 0.10. That's our slope. All right, so now we're literally just going to take that and plug it into our equation. We're going to do y equals 0.10x plus 12. And there's our equation. How much it costs depends on how many minutes you talk plus the flat fee of $12 per month. All right, how much would it cost if you spent 47 minutes on the phone? Let's go over here. So we're gonna plug in 47 minutes. That's our x. So we're gonna do y equals 0.10 times 47 plus 12. To multiply by 0.1 is to divide by 10. We're gonna move the decimal 1 to the left, so it's gonna be 4.7 plus 12, and y is going to equal $16.70. What about 130 minutes? Well, same thing. We're going to plug in 130 minutes into our x value, plus 12. That's going to be 13 plus 12. Oops. Y is going to equal 25. So we get $25. And that's all we got for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.